somebody asked, what is Jupiter Libra? So what is Jupiter? Jupiter never pisses off people. Jupiter always says everything is good. I always support people. Very diplomatic. Is that person good or bad? If Jupiter is in Libra, I'm asking you, Sneha, if that person is not able to say complete yes, complete no, not able to piss off people, not able to say, get out of here, how you think that person is?
It is good for others, but not for him, maybe. That he's suppressing his emotions, what he actually wants to say.
Can that person tell their partner, that he is not happy? I mean, this particular person who can go to restaurant, didn't like the food and still say it's okay, don't worry. Because I do not want to piss people off. But let's suppose this Jupiter is sitting with, and now you have to run combinations. Let's suppose this Jupiter is running with Ketu, sitting with Ketu, is sitting with Saturn, sitting with Rahu, opposite planet. From people pleaser to become extremely rude, this can happen in a minute. Fourth sign, Capricorn, which is a movable sign. What is happening in movable sign? Mars is working because Mars has a good amount of strength. Sun is working because Sun says, let me solve this problem. Planet which is debilitated here is Jupiter. Planet which has lost strength is Jupiter. Because Jupiter says, I cannot work hard. Jupiter is a big fat belly. Jupiter walks very slowly. Jupiter gives you all the gyan, philosophical knowledge. And Saturn says, this is not going to work here. Show me the results. Tell me practicality. All this nonsense which you are telling me that, the God will appear in front of you, do the donations, and no, nothing will work. Do your karma, and that's your dharma is. Practical approach to problems. That's what Jupiter Capricorn is. Extremely hard-working people. Because Saturn says, work continuously 9 to 5, you cannot stop. And Jupiter says, I have to sleep in afternoon. I cannot do this much of hard work. Otherwise, my cough will get imbalanced. I will get anxiety. I will get stomach-related issues. Because liver is Jupiter. And Jupiter sympathizes with you. Your liver is under stress, it means you will have problems in your liver. So whenever planet like Jupiter, Venus, again another guru working for you, constantly putting pressure on you, telling your partners continuously work. Venus Capricorn, or working for partners. Shukra says, I'm not made for this, and I'm in a wrong sign. I can refine you. That's why Capricorn Venus or Saturn Venus makes perfumes, alcohol, petrol, because it is refined part of the oil. Anything which is refined, I can make medicines for you. Saturn Venus. But anything which has to be, where money has to be spent, where because Venus is money and Saturn is blocked money. Saturn creates blockage. Not a good sign for Shukra. All the soft planets here does not work properly. You require malefics like Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Mars. These are the planets you require in Capricorn. What happens when Moon goes in Capricorn? Constant negative thinking. You're programmed with constant negative thinking. You're programmed with extreme practicality. If you want to spoil your day, talk to Capricorn Moon every morning. Extreme practicality. You talk to them, okay, we went to this hotel and this, the Capricorn will ask, how much was the bill? Did you check out? Did take the insurance? Are your papers are in order? All those fun part which Jupiter looks for, is missing in Capricorn. Moon looks for emotional things. I paid extra for the room. Like, when you go on a vacation, what you do, you always pay extra for view. Let me take this view. Capricorn will say, I will take it cheaper. The views doesn't matter. It's only for 5-10 minutes. You are not even staying in a hotel. Whole day you will be out. What you will do with the view? They are practical. So all that fun part is going. If you're an emotional person, if you are governed by moon, you talk to Capricorn moon and you're like, I don't even want to go on vacation with them. I'll stay at home. Because on vacation I spend based on my emotional part. And when I'm relaxing, I will pay extra. You see, all this, you're laughing, but I'm telling you the practical experiences of people. I've collected over a period of time, talking to people, looking at them, behaving them, and how much generous people are, how where their energy is, where they are focusing. So if you want to make your rules, if you want somebody who can take care of the luggage, if you want somebody who can take care of if you go with the Cancer moon or a Libra moon, they will say we'll go there and reach there and take the hotel, any hotel, whichever is available. Don't worry. Capricorn will say, no, no, we'll do booking here, take out printouts. Sometimes you will go with the Libra moon or Cancer moon. You will never have the hotel. You have to sleep. You might have to sleep in car because they never plan. Then you have to suffer later. Capricorn moon, they are very secure because there's a negative thinking, and due to negative thinking, what is happening is they are securing things. They're making backup plans. They're telling you that this can go bad. If this can go bad, this should be the plan. So it's not a bad thing, but I'm telling you in a fun manner to teach you that how different moons are actually working. So do not become that kind of a person who is not sorted out emotionally, who has not mastered things in life, and then trying to give out solutions to everyone else. How is that possible? That is never going to work. Something which you have not experienced yourself in remedies, you will not be able to give out to clients. That is why you have to make your own remedies. This is the basic requirement to give out remedies. Experience yourself. Like there's a particular remedy for depression, right? And I'm trying it. I'm trying it myself to see what are the effects, what are the side effects, how people can help. Like most of you have read different types of kavach: Narsing kavach, Narayana kavach, Durga kavach. Most of you must have read it. But have you ever experienced how they actually work? How does a kavach actually work? What is the effect? It should come in 5 days, 7 days, 11 days. Long term effects of kavach, how it should work. If you have not experienced it, then how can you give out that you should do the Narayan Kavach? You should know what the Narayan Kavach does. What should happen? What's the after effect of it? If somebody is reading Nursing Kavach, you should have a very clear understanding that in these many days, okay, this, and see the day realization comes to you now. Okay, this is how the Kavach is actually working. The Kavach does not happen in a physical form, but it happens in a various other forms, that you are protected by many other things in your life. Then you become confident. I can teach you in one line what does the Narayan Kavach will do, what the Durga Kavach will do. But how will you experience? Again, pay attention to details. Start doing it. Start with a simple Narayana Kavach. See how you are being protected. Understand the meaning of it. Then you will realize, okay, this is how the Kavach actually works. Similarly, when you will control your emotional bodies, when you will become happy, you will have two very big effects. First of all, you will remain in a state of happiness. Nothing will affect you. Second thing is, you will be open to absorb lot of more energies from universe. Because a sad person, a person who has a lot of desires, a person who is so self-absorbed in different things which are not necessary, will never be able to absorb energies from universe because you're not even listening to him. So Cancer changes things emotionally. Whatever plant goes in Cancer in this disha, the person will say, I do not want to do this because I'm not feeling good about it. It's about emotion. A plant which is extremely good is Saturn, because Saturn has patience. Saturn can judge. Saturn and Libra will do Excel sheet, pros and cons on multiple layers, and then say, I will buy this. Somebody who has a Sun in Libra or Mars in Libra will say, I will buy it randomly. I do not have a choice. The worst is Moon in Libra, because Libra is a Moon becomes indecisive. Moon is not a planet to make decisions. Moon says, I like everything. Can I get two? You show them three girls for marriage, they say, can I get three? Is it possible? Because I cannot say no to anyone. Libra Moon is very difficult. That is why it is always required. The person should have a protection of Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, any other planet, so that the person can get out of the trap, can make quick decisions. Because Libra Moon is waiting for disaster to happen. They're not telling till the last minute to the other person that I'm going to leave you. They're just waiting that one day the person will take hints and go away.
Would the moon in seventh house work the same way?
Okay. What is seventh house? Partnerships, spouse,
Partnerships.
spouse. Moon is emotionally attached to the partner now.
Yeah.
But what is the quality of Rashi? What is a Rashi over there? If it's a Sagittarius Rashi, Sagittarius is extremely fiery Rashi.
Okay.
Sagittarius is leading Rashi. So Moon will say, okay, I'm attached to you, but do not cross the principles. I'm attached to you only because of principles, only because of my father, only because I promised. Promises are in Sagittarius.
Right. Yeah, I'm just looking at one of the charts where moon is in Sagittarius on the seventh house, and she is very indecisive about marriage. She's gone through a few, you know, there have been 70 or 80 boys she's already seen. She's very indecisive about them. So I was just
Because
curious about it.
because Moon in seventh house, what she requires is an emotional click. Emotional click on the name of religion. Dharma. I'm telling you the exact words, what she will say is not up to the standard.
Oh, yeah, that's the word she uses.
Because
Very peculiar.
I'm telling you, the words, every Rashi has a word. All you need to do is listen to people very carefully what the word they are using. And after a certain point of time, you will say, okay, this is Rahu speaking in Taurus. This is Gemini speaking. This is Sagittarius. She will say the person is not up to the standard, because Sagittarius sign is of maintaining a certain amount of. Have you seen the Sagittarius body? That's a very erected body. Reason being is the spine is extremely straight, is because they require a certain standard. Extremely neat and clean person she requires. Has to maintain a certain level of degree or education. Has to live a certain life. Now, until unless that standard is met, she is not going to say yes. Very
Yeah,
particular about it.
yeah, she's got an Excel sheet. This needs to be ticked and this needs to be ticked.
Right. So, whenever Libra is there are choices, how quickly you can make choices, depending on what is a planet is there. So if you have a There used to be a drink in Singapore, anything la. Because people were so indecisive, the company said, okay, they say always say anything. So they name the drink as anything. You have to learn to mix house, Rashi, planet. These three are to be mixed to give out the perfect output. If you're not able to do this at this level, I always tell students, if you're learning with me, open up your brains. There is no such thing as after 1 year you will become Jyotish. Day one, class one. If you've done first two classes, this is the third class. If in third class you're not able to predict, you need to seriously think that whether I want to continue Jyotish or not. Because I can give you all the formulas, fundamentals of it. It is you who need to practice now. The next sign comes at the Cancer. Cancer is extremely emotional, watery sign. This is a sign which can make you or break you, because emotions is everything. Mood is everything. When you're in good mood, you can do anything. Bad mood, nobody talks to me. It's all about moods. And that's what the moon is. The most critical planet in zodiac. All the dashas are based on moon. You want to calculate dashas, you want to calculate yogas, all your good yogas, bad yogas are in with reference to moon. That much important. And the house which governs is Cancer, emotional body. People who give their people who can master their emotional bodies can rule the world. It's all about emotions. How much attached, detached, and control you have over your life. Emotions. You want to sit in a new car? That's emotion. That's emotional bondage. Everyone says, I want to become the astrologer. Whenever I talk to new students, they say, I want to become the astrologer. I want to do predictions. I said, okay, wonderful. But there's a price to it. That price, very few people are able to pay. The price is this much amount of time. This is a lifestyle. This is a requirement to become an astrologer. You're not able to give out that requirement. That price has to be paid by you. If you think listening to my lectures, I can only guide you, I can only give you techniques, I can make you an astrologer, you will survive. Don't worry. But to be on a level where you can look at the person and say, this is going to happen. This will happen in this time period. Yesterday I was talking to someone, an astrologer, and I said, in November, this thing will happen. And I said, yes, in November. But he was calculating from transit. I was calculating from Bhrigu Paradasha. Two different systems. But same results were coming up. You should have a fair idea about events, when they're going to happen, how they're going to happen, what you should expect. So life will not be of surprises. Similarly, when the emotional sign you're trying to read, learn to govern your own emotions. This is what will help you not only in Jyotish, this will help you in life. First of all, do not think somebody will feel bad or good about something. What you want to do, get it done. The life is too short to think about someone else. People will say bad about you, people will say good about you. They have their own agendas, motives. Let them bark. You keep on moving on. People will come and say, sir, you are God, you have done this much. People will praise you on Facebook. Next day, somebody will abuse your Facebook. Don't even bother about it. Your prediction goes right, your prediction goes wrong. You do your work honestly. Do not fall into trap of being praised or being abused. This is normal. When people say, sir, your prediction goes right, I said, okay, wonderful. When people say, sir, you know nothing, I said, absolutely wonderful. I am still learning. But this will give you freedom, because now you're not bounded by somebody else's opinion. If you're doing Jyotish for praises or abuses, you're bounding yourself. If you're doing anything in your life to expect something from someone, that's a foundation. That foundation should be, you should be free of that foundation to become, live a happy life. And that is why when I do things my own way. You keep on shouting, you'd say, "Yeah, this is wrong, this is bad." Go ahead, you shout. I have to do things. I cannot sit with like other people and watch. This attitude and this bullish mindset, this bullish mindset will take you to different places. This bullish mindset will make you happy. Because some people are born to cry, they have to cry. Let them cry. Some people are born happy, they will remain happy in every condition. You are just becoming the medium for their hate. They are actually, troubled by their own hate within themselves, their own life. That's why they do these things on Facebooks. But emotional body control is extremely important. Learn to practice it. Whenever any plant will go in this particular house, it will control your emotions, and it becomes important that good plant should go in there. So plant which is exalted here is the plant of positivity, Jupiter. The plant which always says yes. The plant which always says nothing bad can happen to you. Constantly showering good thoughts on you. Always a positive mindset. And that is why Jupiter in Kendra to Moon, Gajakesri Yoga, is termed as a very good yoga, because in whatever condition you will be, you will still have hope that I can bounce back. Imagine Saturn in their emotional body, fearful, always negative. What will happen next? Stress will be there. Darkness will be inside you. And this is what will make you feel miserable in life. Saturn in Cancer sign. Imagine Mars in Cancer sign. What is Mars? What's the energy of Mars? Mars is debilitated. Means the Mars has lost all his happiness inside the sign. Because now what your emotional body is feeling is constant aggression. Mars is constantly giving you the thoughts of, let us create something. There is no peace which can come to you. And that's why Mars in Cancer sign, Mars in 4th house, how these people run around the house. Let us fix this, let us do this. They are never in peace. Rahu or Ketu, the extreme ends. Ketu says, I do not require anything. I do not want to talk to people. I do not want to meet people. Because I do not have a physical body, I do not even want to meet people. Stay away. To go somewhere physically is very difficult for me. I will convey my regards on phone by message so that even I don't have to talk. That's what the Ketu in Cancer is. You're creating an emotional backlog. And that's what the Moon Ketu is. There is an emotional barrier to even go out in public, to meet people. Because you're so look at the prominent Moon Ketu. When you speak to them, they are so self-absorbed in their own thoughts that they are not even listening to you. People might be crying outside them, in front of them. They were like, okay, it's fine. What I have to do with this? Why you people are here? Moon Ketu 8th house. And that's what the reason for their happiness is, because they are protected by Ketu. They keep on talking to themselves. And Ketu is, Bhoot, Pret, Pishach, Rahu and Ketu. So that is why all these people are living inside them now, because that's their emotional body. All this emotional body, they will speak like a truck driver, they will speak like a Kamwali Bai, they will speak like a CEO. Ketu is coming, they are living inside them. 100 people living inside me. So they will behave like this. On the other hand, there is Rahu, who says, I want to absorb everything, I want to talk to everyone, I want to be in everyone's affair, I want all the informations. You just name it and I will come. This is what the Rahu is. All the gossips in the world, there's a friend. all the gossips of all the friends, their families, their kids in which school. There's one person, Moon Rahu. Do today is we'll discuss the qualities of sign today, and we'll discuss a very wonderful quality, the quality of movable. How much mobility you have in your chart. So there are 4 rashis which are movable. 1, 4, 7, 10. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. All the Kendra rashis are movable. Because Kendra keep on changing your age, your comfort levels, your partners, and your profession, your karma. All the Kendras are always changing. These are the quality of a Rashi. Now, when the Aries, when I say movable means these people are ready for change. Wherever you are these 4 signs in, you are continuously changing. So if you see a person who has a 4th house Aries, you know the person will change his houses. Somebody who has a 7th house Aries, you know the partner, he will not take much of the thought to change the partner. Because change is the nature of these Rashis. But they changes for different reasons, and that's what the beauty is. Aries will change for different reasons. What the Aries is that I will change because it is necessary. Aries is a sign which is a sign of birth. Because Aries starts a zodiac. Aries is an extremely hot Rashi. There's a red color in it. It means something has to be born. And that is why the change is necessary. It's about extreme necessity. Something new will be born. Give me 1 minute. Huh? Okay. So, Aries. Now, let me put this Aries somewhere. Whatever planet you will place in Aries will have the tendency to change because of necessity. It is always like it is in a war zone. It always requires something new. Otherwise, the person will get bored. Now you see, pick up ascendant. You pick up ascendant. Which ascendant you want? Where you want to place Aries in your chart? Let's suppose you place 2nd house Aries. Pisces ascendant. Now this particular person will have to do constantly new things in terms of family. Aries is money. Aries is now is in 2nd house. 2nd house is of speech. The Rashi is Aries. How you think the person will speak?
In 2nd house, sir, the person will be abusive. He'll abuse more often.
Okay. Because of the army commander Mars?
Yes, sir. My mother is. So she has.
I will make sure your mother sees this video.
Yes,
It
sir.
would be a bit egoistic while speaking.
Bit
Would be
egoistic.
a bit authoritative.
Bit authoritative. Okay, wonderful.
Aggressive as well. Aggressive.
Aggressive. And
Argumentative.
rate of speech will be extremely high. The choice of words will be very sharp. Right?
They'll be proud, very
Proud.
proud.
Okay.
So
Now
there-
let me do another thing. Let me place a planet in here. Let me place our beautiful planet Moon over there. Now you think what will happen?
Proud and emotive.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional. He'll become very aggressive in emotional situations.
Sudden burst of energies. Moody. Imagine the power of Mars and the emotion of Moon. So the person, when he will speak, the person will speak with a lot of emotional value in it. The person, I mean, the speeches of Hitler, it is shown throughout worldwide to see how people motivate, and you should see how Hitler actually what used to motivate people when he used to speak. You know, these necklines were visible because he used to shout. Libra ascendant, 2nd house Scorpio. Now you should look all the great leaders, how they are speaking and the choice of their words. Like for example, I wrote a couple of months back, whenever Jupiter is in second house, the person will pause in between and then forget. And I remember constantly, when I was writing this, like Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Because Atal Bihari Vajpayee used to speak and then he will take a pause. And then he will lose and people will wait for him to speak and then he will go again. Because this is what Jupiter is, extremely slow. You can't expect Jupiter to give out constant speech. Look at Imran Khan. Very interesting character. I mean, the way he speaks. Look into his chart. Why he is always joining hands, rosary in his hand, and the way he speaks. Look at the generals when they speak. I mean, when I look at S. J. Shankar, foreign minister. What do you think what do you think when he speaks, what is there in their second house? Sharp, witty, extremely articulate.
Mercury.
Mercury.
Brilliant. There has to be Mercury.
Mercury.
What do you think Rahu will do there? Let me change the scenario. You have done the Martian, right, science. Let me change the scenario. Rajesh, this is in third house. Third house, Aries, Moon. What do you think can happen here? Which particular disease can happen here? Which particular body part can get affected? What is third house?
Chest
Chest is fourth house.
throat cancer.
Throat. Okay. What is there in throat? What else? What is there in throat? There's only one particular gland which is in throat.
Thyroid.
Thyroid.
So we have to say, take care of thyroid. Now you go back and look all the patients of thyroid. You will find out there is a mismatch of element. That's why the thyroid is happening. In this dasha, whenever this dasha will run, the thyroid will start picking up. And all those people, all those girls, women will say, PCOD, PCOS, hormonal imbalance. What is imbalanced? Where it is getting out of control? Third house. Because you're not controlling your subconscious brain. That's why thyroid is getting out of hand. Can it be cured from medicines? Can your subconscious brain be cured from medicines? Then why you run to doctor for PCOD, PCOS, hormonal imbalance? And it's a huge industry. It's $1 million industry to cure this disease, which cannot be cured. Similarly, for men, depression. I mean, in India, depression is not even detected in men because you're not supposed to be depressed. You can only be in bad mood. But nobody pays attention that if I'm in bad mood today, why? What is the reason behind it? If I'm not happy, if I'm not 100% okay, what is the reason behind it? So for happiness or sadness, please look and examine the third house. The problem with the third house is the disease is not visible because it is happening on a subconscious level. Now, this is a very important point you should understand when you're going into medical astrology. That's disease which happens at subconscious level will get manifested somewhere else in the body part. Now, guess me the sign if somebody is telling me that this person got testicle cancer after the death of his son. What should be the chart? Listen to this sentence again. The person got testicle cancer after the death of his son. What do you think is affected? What you should see? So after the death of son, it means the person got emotionally broken. Subconscious brain has constantly gone out of the normal phase. What should be the combination in third house?
Sir, Scorpio, can Scorpio be one of the reason?
It is Scorpio in third house. What is the planet over there?
Moon, I guess. Sir.
Okay.
Moon
You
Rahu.
got, so you guessed it half right. There was a Scorpio involved.
Yes,
There was
sir.
a Rahu involved. But doctors were treating that the person has got testicle cancer. They're not looking at that why he has got that cancer. He got that cancer because there was trouble on emotional level. Whenever this dasha will run, whenever the dasha related to third house will run, the problem will be somewhere else, disease will be somewhere else. Because the sign is Scorpio there, it got manifested in the Scorpion body part. Happened due to the subconscious brain. Now you see the house, subconscious brain, Rashi, the body part, and the planet gave the cancer. So when I say pay attention to the words of client will tell you the body combinations, the chart combinations while speaking. Whenever now you will see the third house, it should click your brain. The person is in the third house dasha, but the problem will happen on a subconscious level. It's not detected because nobody's paying attention to that subconscious brain. People pay attention to physical part, physical bodies. Nobody goes to doctor, nobody goes to astrologist, psychologist, or anywhere else to say that I am emotionally broken. They keep on dragging themselves. We all do at certain point of time. The day you start fixing your emotional body, I'm telling you, the physical body automatically picks up. If you're placing hot planets in this Rashi, in Aries, Sun and Mars, because Aries is leaders. Sun is a natural leader. Mars is a natural leader. They lead. They say, okay, let's go. Whatever, I mean, the amount of confidence the people have, Aries, how much you can lead in life, how much control you have over life. That's hot Rashi, hot planets. You place in cold planet like Saturn over there, which is the last planet. Sun is to lead, Saturn is the last. You place the last cold planet in this hot Rashi. It's like you make your driver, you call your driver and say, from today onwards, you're going to run this company, don't worry. You sit in here. And Saturn says, I'm the wrong person at the wrong place. I do not belong here. But since you have placed me there, let me try to work it in my way. So this is what the Saturn will do. So people who are born with Saturn in Aries, what they're born with, they're born with inferiority complex. I mean, look for people who have Saturn in Aries. They walk into a showroom. First of all, whenever they see any good shop, any good showroom, any good restaurant, any 5-star hotel, they'll say, nah, this is not where we'll go. Because the inferiority complex inside them is coming out and saying, no, we can't sit here, we can't eat here, we don't deserve this. The moment you take them to a place where, everybody's shouting, the crowd is always there and there's nobody watching you. It's a janta place. They're very comfortable. I have a friend who's a diver, sad diver, who's anytime I will tell him after, whenever the ships comes to port and say, let's go for dinner. And usually there is Hyatt, there is Taj, there is all these good hotels near the jetty. So we'll go there. No, I can't eat there. I don't feel the food is properly served. Because what they do, they serve in a proper 4-course menu. And this guy wants to eat on dhaba. And that is why he's not satisfied, because the Saturn says, my meal is not this tiny drops which you're bringing in this Michelin star restaurant. I want to have aloo ke paratha, and that too from tandoor. So this is the wrong place for me. Saturn in Aries, the fear in complexity is driving out. But think about the profession of the native. See, he's a sat diver, so he's a 10th pass. After 10th, he was a deck cleaner. And in those days, in 30, 40 years back, there were not much of regulations for IMCA and the diving boards. So the divers was missing. They required an extra hand. So they said, okay, this guy is well built, 6'1". Put on the diving helmet, go down. And that's how he became the sat diver. No education, wrong person at the wrong place. Nowadays, you have to pay at least 20-25 lakhs, go through 6 years of training to become a sat diver. But those were the days of insecurity. Those were the days of there was no law at all. So it is exactly like putting a wrong person who does not deserve it. But in the state of emergency, remember the state of emergency, Aries, state of emergency, he was made a diver. When nobody's there, let's give this guy a chance. So when you place a cold planet like this will happen. But imagine Shukra, Mercury,